Hello, Missy. My name is Justin. I'll be a counselor today. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Justin.
Everything we discuss in our session will be confidential and kept between us. But there are some exceptions. If I hear or suspect that you will harm yourself or someone else, or if I'm court ordered, I must reveal that. Do you understand what I've told you?
I understand.
Are there any questions? So, Missy, what brings you to counseling today?
Um, I've got a lot of really, really bad trust issues.
Why do you have really bad trust issues?
Um, a lot of bad relationships.
In what way?
Um, with my family, kind of, but I mean, the worst came with relationships. The worst came with the abuse and trauma of trying to find love or be loved or love, I guess.
So you've had issues with abusive people, with people who are abusing you?
Yes, I've been in two physical and mental abusive relationships, and then one just mental. But it's all abuse. It's all trauma. It's all stress. It's all untrust.
Did you feel like you were at fault for them hitting you like that?
I used to at first. I thought it was my fault because I shouldn't have said or done or whatever. But
Mm.
then it got to the point that I fought back. I, sometimes I hit first.
So what thoughts or feelings have you had experienced about your issue?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I fit in life. I'm not sure because I can't trust anybody enough to fully go into anything. I can't trust any thought or feeling because the last two relationships I had, everything that I thought was real, it was everything but real. It was just like they both played such easy games, it seems like, with me, with my life. And and now everything that's good just seems fake. It seems set up. It seems in every way like I can't let myself get close to any emotion as far as with somebody else right now because I don't trust their motive in my life. I don't trust. I feel like that they're trying in my life just to try to take something from me, whether it be my life or my happiness or my peace or whatever it is. I look for the motive that everybody has in speaking to me. Even
You look for the motive, huh?
yes, I do.
Why do you look for the motive?
I guess it's almost like um, it's like you know it's coming, so you just always think the worst. You always look for the bad. You always expect the bad. Expect the. It's like nobody has a pure intention of being in anybody's life anymore, or how it seems to me anyway.
Why does it seem that way to you?
Because that's what time after time after time I've been shown, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why it was like if I'm just that face in the crowd that they can say, oh, she's an easy target and she'll fall for it easy. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or if I was just easily swayed, but now I just have walls built up so high that I everything scares me because nothing seems real.
Nothing seems real.
No, I don't feel like I don't feel like anything is real, I guess. Yeah.
Mm. What other thoughts and feelings have you had experience with what you're dealing with?
It depends on which stage you've seen me at. I've been suicidal. I've actually gone as far as
You've been suicidal?
yeah, I killed myself. I died 3 times. My heart stopped once, and I stopped breathing twice.
Oh, man.
And they had to shock me and get my heart started and put me on a ventilator to breathe. So I literally, I literally killed myself
Mm.
because I couldn't understand all that was going on in my mind, and
You couldn't understand what was going on?
no, I couldn't, and I couldn't deal with it on my own. I didn't know how or why, and I still don't in a lot of things. I still don't understand why, but I just, I deal with everything now with doubt, with hesitation, with caution.
So, would you say you have some issues with confidence or lack thereof?
I used to, I used to a whole lot. I used to really, really. I rely more on myself now. I'm more confident in myself because I know I'm going to be there for me. I know that I don't have to worry if I'm going to show up and do the right thing for myself. I don't know if I don't have that stress of wondering who or who will or won't come to save me.
Hmm.
I don't need to save myself because I'm good, and I don't have to save anybody else. So I'm more confident now than ever, but I am more untrusting. Just like I don't, if I can do it by myself, I will, because I don't trust anybody else to
Hmm.
help me. I feel like everybody else is gonna try to throw their load on me too, and I just I can't.
So, do you think that people might take you? Are you afraid that people might take advantage of you?
Yeah, because it feels like that's all people do is. I mean, it's people are cruel, and I don't know why they do some of the things that they do or any of the things that they do. Um, but people can be cruel, and it's your life to choose how you want to live, and you can either be cruel back, or you can choose to just keep going on and being kind and and trying to move on. And it's hard to do that, and but I had to do that for myself. But I'm still not sure how to bring myself back to trust anybody else ever.
Well, when you face those type of negative situations like what you're talking about in the past, how did you cope?
Um, well, obviously I didn't cope whenever I tried to kill myself, but later on I learned um, I stay away from what, for the most part, what I know triggers me, what I know makes my anxiety go through the roof. I try my best to avoid all of those situations beforehand. And even even though, like, I have to go through some of them, but I avoid what I can, and then like sometimes like that fight or flight would just take over. I would just run away or walk away. Um, I don't know. I've just learning coping mechanisms and how to you know get out of the emotions of anxiety when you're in them, and how hard that is. I know how hard that is, but I've, for the most part, learning your triggers, learning my triggers, and avoiding them at all costs was about the best coping mechanism, because that made it easier, because I wasn't having to deal with all of these things. I was just dealing with a few of these things, and then so when life came along with something bigger or something else, then I was able to cope or to get through that just because I didn't have all this other craziness going on for no reason.
So you feel like that kind of helped you out some?
Yeah.
Well, what are some new ways you would like to cope?
Um, Listening to music, I guess I really, I should say I like to, that's a de-stressor for me. But I hear good things about like yoga. I hear that that's mentally and physically good, for you. And that sounds like something that I definitely could use, something mentally and physically. Um, yeah, that, that's it.
Mm. How would you like to see a situation change?
I would like to see somebody come along that I could actually trust. But if that day never comes, then I just hope that I can learn to, I guess, deal with trust as much as I can.
Would you like to try some of the new things you do for fun to help you cope?
Yeah, I'm sure that doing the yoga would probably be a really good mind and body exerciser, and
Hmm.
yeah.
So, which of these coping skills are you willing to try next week after you leave our session?
I think that the yoga. I think I will try yoga.
Okay, well, Missy, I want to let you know that we only have a few minutes left in our session. If there's any final thoughts you have, please let me know about them.
Uh, I I guess that's it. I um I don't know. I can't. I guess yeah. I guess I wonder how I could probably bring my children maybe into. I'm sure my children and my grandchildren, they bring me peace. They bring me joy. So
Hmm.
if I could bring them around more, if I could be around my grandbabies more,
Hmm.
I think that would be. I think that would help me a lot. I think maybe journaling. Do you think maybe if I tried to write in a journal, maybe
That could work.
that um that I think so. I think maybe putting my thoughts down. I think that, and maybe even I've heard that like if I plan out my days, like even if I don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, like set an alarm and wake up at a certain time every day and get a routine started. I've heard that doing routines and things like that really help. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who feel like they need to stay in the same routine.
Right. I think that I think that just I'm willing to try anything. I'm open to suggestions from everybody. Any way that I can just deal and not blow up and not you know take take situations that aren't really, I guess, make mountains out of molehills or whatever.
Hmm.
I I used to be so bad to do that. I would, what if myself to death? I would, what if? And so many times I stressed for hours and hours and hours over what if that never happened, that never. So I just sat and worried and stressed for nothing. So I, the anxiety has carried me on carried along with me like my entire life. So I've had to deal with that. So I've had to cope, I guess, my entire life.
Well, as I understand your issues, you're having a lot of problems with your family as well as being involved in abusive relationships with past partners. These issues have caused trust issues and are hindering you from being able to move forward with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Some of your coping tools in the past have not been good or have been bad and not worked, but some have, and you are willing to use those and some new ones, such as yoga, to try and work through your current trust issues.
Yes.
Please let me remind you that your homework for this week is to try yoga.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Or would you like to schedule another appointment?
Please.
Okay, how about next Tuesday at the same time?
See you then.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you.